finished by 4:60. Ladies and gentlemen, all the members of the jury, our initiative in Purulia was regarding bringing in comprehensive education system. Let me take you back to the Gurukul times when a student or a Vidyarthi, which we call it, he or she used to stay in the Gurukul, and along with the formal education which he or she is taking, they also used to contribute into the chores of the school or the Gurukul. Over a period of time, the education system or the pedagogy in the country has limited itself to the subject matter and nothing more. In the government schools of Purulia, where this campaign was taken up, we intended that a comprehensive education model focusing on certain flagship initiatives as well as goals of the government are brought together in synchronization, and we went for massive convergence mechanism to make it a success. What we did was that 20 schools were selected as a pilot, and we pooled our resources. हमें जहां भी आप लोग सब एग्री कर पाएंगे कि एज अ पार्ट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट the two things which we lack the most at all the points of time is funds and functionaries. So we were able to locate manpower, and UNICEF was kind enough to give us funds through its WASH program, water and sanitation and hygiene. So through this, we were able to mobilize these 20 schools doing these things. Firstly, we targeted sanitation. So all these toilets in the school where twin pits were not available, traditionally these toilets were given the additional pit along with a bijunction. Wherever wash stations were not available, because these schools provide midday meal and washing hands is a important part, तो जहां जहां wash stations नहीं थे वहां हम लोगों ने wash stations बनाए, and वहां से फिर we moved on to utilizing the grey water collected. All of you know, India is moving from ODF to ODF plus, where along with using toilets, we are now looking at solid as well as liquid waste management, grey water being a very good resource, where the water once used is again reused for cultivation as well as other purposes. हम लोगों ने CSR से भी request करके we invited them and asked them to provide solar panels to the school so that these pilot schools run on solar energy. हम लोगों ने manpower लिया SBCC से, which is a social behavior communication and change. This cell is sponsored by the UNICEF in the state of West Bengal. And finally, we roped in the Department of Horticulture, Government of West Bengal, जिन्होंने न्यूट्रिशनल गार्डन एक स्कूल के कंपाउंड में क्रिएट करने के लिए हमें seeds and technical expertise provide किया. How did we go about it? We identified certain schools where we found that the teachers, the headmasters, and the child cabinet, these are responsive and efficient. I would like to bring before the jury a very good and innovative concept of child cabinet in the state of West Bengal, where just as the central cabinet, we have a child cabinet mimicking the activities at the school level. On a rotation basis, every month, the child cabinet is revised, where we have a health minister, we have an education minister, we have a sports minister, and above all, one Pradhan Mantri or a prime minister is elected, and these students, everything is manned by the students and they take care of the respective activities. So essentially, we called these people and had a meeting with them. We created nurturing committees, जहां पे हम लोगों ने हेडमास्टर्स की चेयरमैनशिप में हमारे वॉलंटियर्स को प्लेस किया, पेरेंट्स एंड गार्जियंस के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को लिया, हम लोगों ने उन इलाकों के प्रोग्रेसिव फार्मर्स को लिया आइडेंटिफाई करके फ्रॉम द एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट, और इन लोगों की एक न्यूट्रिशनल कमेटी बना के इनसे मीटिंग की और इनको कहा कि ये जो बी स्कूल हम लोग करने वाले हैं, इस स्कूल का फेस लिफ्ट पूरा चेंज कर देना है, सो दैट जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स है, दे लर्न नॉट ओनली फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री एंड मैथमेटिक्स, along with that they also learn that what are the best sanitation practices, how water can be reused in a water stressed country like India, and how life can be nurtured right in front of their eyes through a kitchen garden. हम लोगों ने इनसे मल्टीपल मीटिंग्स हमें करनी पड़ी, बिकॉज सिंस इट वाज एन आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स आइडिया, द रिसेप्टिविटी वाज नॉट मच. हम लोगों को कई जगह पे डेमोन्स्ट्रेशंस भी देने पड़े, बट हैविंग डन दैट, वी फाउंड दैट over a period of time, the teachers and the child cabinet are getting active. Here I have shown that what all were the components, how did we tag individuals to the school, and how did we incentivize the results. This is showing the stages of execution, the multiple meetings. This is the focus group discussion with the school members. The headmasters are there, and my officials are also here. My sanitation cell, my volunteers, they were present here. This is the meeting with the parents and guardians of the village where one of the target school was located. Mostly the women are the ones who come forward and listen to our ideas, and they showed good response, and they believed that if certain these things are taken up in the schools, it will definitely help the children to learn various things beyond their subject matter. And this is the best performer of my Green Clean campaign. Let me take you to Laka Primary School in Bada Bazar block of Purulia. You can see the wash station which was created in the Green Clean campaign, where there is a facility for students to wash their hands. The grey water from the wash station gets into the 3-step filtration process, where a net is placed. The net collects the solid particles. The next chamber is that of sand. You can see the water from here goes into the sand chamber, where it is further filtered, and then through a bed of activated charcoal into this small water body. But here the size does not matter. The result is something which astonished all of us, because here they were able to grow water lilies, and there are fishes also in this pond, which they integrate into their midday meal. Along with that, the grey water from the pond is also supplied to the nutritional garden within the school campus. They have also created a vermicompost pit out of their own initiative. And this is the rooftop fruit and flower cultivation, vegetable and flower cultivation. Here you can see a radish cropping out of the soil bed. There are many beds of radishes and carrots here which are not visible, and the whole school is a sight to capture. Aesthetics have improved a lot. Another school where the infrastructure created through Green Clean campaign, like twin pits. There's another beautiful wash station and grey water management created here. The washing station, water goes from here to a silt chamber. If you can see this small square-like structure here, this is a silt chamber which filters the water further. And they have also collected it in a pond where fishes and water lilies are there, and from here an outflow is made into the nutritional garden. Along with this, we also focused upon IEC, which is making the students as well as the people aware. And you can see from here, this is another example of the twin pit structure along with a Y junction created. You can see here the result of the Green Clean campaign, where once barren lands are transformed into such beautiful sites. This is something which came out of nowhere from us. This was the initiative of the parents and guardians of nurturing committee. One of the schools in Kashipur, they said that since we are building wash stations, the students will need soaps for washing their hands. And they themselves agreed and made a soap bank ATM, wherein every parent will contribute soaps, and as and when required, the health minister from the child cabinet is made the custodian of this ATM. He or she shall supply the soap to the washing station as and when required. This is a parent teacher guardian meeting. We are meeting them in the schools, we are meeting them in the headquarters and trying to bring the behavioral changes which are required, as well as get them on board to make the Green Clean campaign a success. Our IEC, as we said, the IEC was not limited just to painting walls or distributing leaflets or attaching banners displaying the messages of the government. We wanted our IEC to be effective, and there was no other person than the students of the schools to make the IEC in that village effect. What we decided was, ग्रीन क्लीन कैंपेन का जितना भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बना है उस पर्टिकुलर स्कूल में, हम लोगों ने इसका इनॉग्रेशन बच्चों को देके ही करवाया. प्राइम मिनिस्टर, हेल्थ मिनिस्टर, एनवायरनमेंट मिनिस्टर और स्पोर्ट्स, इनका पूरा कैबिनेट ने मिलके इसको इनॉग्रेट किया. दे वेर द वंस हु टुक द ओथ, और उनके साथ हम लोगों ने ओथ ली, oath of cleanliness, oath of saving water, oath of afforestation and oath of following menstrual hygiene practices. Uske baad, we did not stop there. On 12th of January, which is the birth date of Swami Vivekananda, we held a massive outreach program called Swachhata Anurodh, where the child volunteers, जो हमारे साथ ये स्कूल के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, चिल्ड्रन हैं, इनके villages में we took them and we went from house to house where they are reading out the Green Clean campaign messages. Essentially, they are convincing their own mothers and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers to use toilet. They are making them aware of the twin pit system. They are asking them to not waste water, and they are asking them to preserve trees. Here you can see the oath is being taken by my team and myself, whereas from this side, the Prime Minister was administering the oath to us. This is, we are going into the Swachhata Anurodh campaign in the village. And here, this is a very poignant picture, because the child who was giving the description, it was in her own house, and her grandmother was got so emotional that she decided and she took the oath with us there itself. This is our revamped IEC technology, where we are trying to reach to the household level, and we are converting IEC from passive to active. I will show some pictures where the transformation is visible. This is before and this is after intervention, where you can see the beds which are made for nutritional garden. This is the output. We involved retrofitting of toilet. The same building has become this, where they had given some informational messages, and right in front of it, through the wash station, we are cultivating vegetables. You can see once barren, and now it's a sight to behold. It will create and generate vegetables for the midday meal of the school. And you can see the transformation of various schools. The same school after our campaign is now full of IEC messages. These messages, some of them were given by us and some of them were directly selected by the schools. And these are the results of the Green Clean campaign, where you can see the children themselves are engaged in the activity. They themselves are sowing the seeds. They themselves are plucking the produce. And it is for the first time that they have an oversupply other than the government mandated supply in their midday meal system. We were able to inculcate as well as inform the students more about certain activities which they do not get into their regular school curriculum. These being water conservation, horticulture. A small lesson of horticulture is also being imparted, water conservation, sanitation practices, and the messages regarding ODF+, which involve waste segregation as well as waste management. You can see this particular area where the soak pit and the channel was not there. This area used to get waterlogged because of this hand pump. Now the water is directly channelized through this channel, underground channel, and goes into this soak pit constructed here. To add another feather to the Green Clean campaign, we made these things. This is a very low cost model of a mirror. Since we had created wash station, we thought that why not give them something to look into and be proud of what they have achieved. And this low cost model, this particular mirror, and the text written here is Nirmal Bangla, which means clean and open defecation free Bengal. I am happy to inform that this only costed 150 rupees when we made it out very low cost. And the children are now seeing their own images in the success model. This is the roadmap of the Green Clean mission, where we will be escalating by increasing the number of schools in the next phase. This phase is running right now. And after that, we'll diversify. We will transform it into a movement, taking NSS volunteers, philanthropic organizations like Ramakrishna Mission, and we will also, we intend to practice what is being preached. And हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे कि हमारे गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेस में भी ये सारी एक्टिविटीज और ये सारे मॉडल्स हम लोग इम्प्लीमेंट कर पाए टू रीच द फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन ऑफ क्लीन एंड ग्रीन पुरुलिया. That would be all from my side. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Really an excellent job. Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Very innovative, very useful, excellent outcomes, fantastic presentation. It was so explicit. I really admired it. I really, really admired it. Fantastic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Words, very few words written, everything conveyed through excellent pictures. In all ways, I think this is one of the best presentations I've had. Fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
सर आपने जो गुरुकुल से शुरू किया था, वास्तव में वो मुझे भी अपने बचपन की याद आ गई. तो मैंने भी ये सब काम किया था बहुत छोटे में, लेकिन इस स्केल पे नहीं किया था जितना आपने बताया है. Really, it is an excellent, outstanding and brilliant job you have done, sir. Need to be replicated in other schools also. All the congratulations and all the appreciation, sir.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद.
The responsibilities towards the responsibilities towards the society, is equally important. Since ICICI Lombard is a non-life insurance company, primarily plying around the motor and the health insurance. Our CSR initiatives, though we have got multiple of them, our CSR initiatives also focus on road safety and health and hygiene. When it comes to health and hygiene, also the road safety, we primarily intend to focus on the school going kids, because the school going kids are the future of the country, and that's the main reason most of our CSR initiatives are focused on school going kids, primarily those kids who go to either the municipal schools or the government schools or any private school, but kind of marginalized society background. Our CSR initiative Niranjali, about which we are going to give you a short presentation, also focuses on one of the main issues of the society, which is like the diseases, the waterborne diseases. We are all aware that in the school going kids or in general also, the diseases caused by the water or contaminated water are very, very prevalent, and these are the reasons why people tend to get sick, and it overall affects their livelihood, their overall life. As you can see, there are some details shared about the kind of why is it important to have clean and safe drinking water. What does it cause? What harms does it have? So this is general information about the the scenario of the waterborne diseases. Given the background of this, when we thought of Niranjali is our CSR initiative which focuses on providing water purifiers in the government schools, in the municipal schools, and as I said, in the private schools to an extent. where students from the marginalized background come for studies. So the initiative was, we were just thinking, the initiative came into existence. It was incepted in the year 2017. We started the initiative in Mumbai only. This was the pilot year for Niranjali. We only started with 5 schools when this initiative was launched. Now talking in FY23, till now we have covered about more than 2600 schools. So this is in a nutshell. I am giving you the information about the initiative, because as I said, the initiative primarily focuses upon providing water purifier to the schools. We also educate children about why pure water, clean, safe drinking water is important, and how does it help for their future also. How is it important to have a healthy life. So as I said, till now we have installed about 2600 water purifiers, more than 2600 water purifiers. We just closed FY23, and these are the numbers. Through the initiative, we've been able to reach out to about closely 3 lakh students. When I say students, these are the students whom we with the help of our NGO partners, we've got multiple NGO partners with us who help us in implementing these educational sessions in the schools. They go to the schools, they identify the schools, they talk to the kids, they properly give a presentation on the importance of clean and safe drinking water. And this is how the program is run. So the main objective of the program, as I said, is to create awareness about clean water, installation of water purifiers, ensuring that the water purifiers are, when installed in the school, they are not just left on the school's prerogative, saying whether these water purifiers will be functional or not. We always ensure that the purifiers are given to the school with at least minimum 3 years annual maintenance contract with the water purifier provider. Along with this, what we do is a small gift we also give to the kids, so that while they are in the school, we try to ensure that till the time they are in the school, they have the access to the clean drinking water. And this is basically the entire Niranjali program is. If we talk about the impact of the program over the past 5 years, these are the kind of numbers that we have. When we go to the schools, we install water purifiers. Afterwards also we reach out to them. We also reach out to their parents. We talk to them as to what's their feedback about the water purifier. When it was not initially there, they were consuming water from other sources within the school. And this is the kind of feedback we get. And I would want to mention it very exclusively that these kind of assessments are done by an independent agency. This is absolutely not, neither it is from the NGO side or from the company side. It is a third party which does this assessment surveys for us. The assessment survey, which is also essential for any CSR initiative, having a spend of more than 10 millions in a year. So these are the kind of numbers. As the screen says, the 80% students saw improved health after consuming water from the water purifier, and 68% students, they also discussed that we got a school, within the school we got a water purifier. ICSO Lombard has done that, but this is what we feel when we consume the water purifier from the machine. And out of these people, these kids, few of them have also said that they have spoken to their families and asked them to install at least a water purifier, a domestic usage water purifier at their homes also. Once again, there are a couple of numbers. As I said, whenever we go to the school, most of the kids, they want to consume the water from the purifier. And this is something very heartening for us, that whenever we go to the school, we are doing our bit. But yes, kids as well as the the staff members are taking benefits from the water purifier. Though it's a small initiative, I was like we're listening to other presenters also. As compared to all of those, yes, this might be a small step, but yes, we believe that as a responsible corporate citizen, we are, able to do our bit. And yes, we have all the intents to scale this up to an extent. What we have tried and do it, we also try to, measure the returns, through the impact assessment surveys. We also tried to find the returns, the social returns on investment, which is a very, theoretical figure. And this is how, because Niranjali is FY22 was the second year when it got into the criteria of getting the impact assessment done. This is the kind of numbers that we got. And as I said, the numbers are pretty heartening for us. And yes, since this initiative of ours also caters to, also helps us in, getting some benefits on the carbon offsets. So to an extent, we also have these, the water purifiers also help us in reducing the company's carbon footprints. So this is what it is. And this is all about Niranjali. And I would be happy to answer any question.
In fact, your steps, but your project is not small. Don't say like this. It is a very big project. 80% of the disease are waterborne. Water, if you drink quality water and wash your hands properly with soap, most of the problems of the childhood, day-to-day infections, day in and day out, going to pediatrician again and again, it will save a lot. It is a very good project, sir. Thank you very much. All the congratulations for the good work.
Thank you
so much. Thank you.
It's an excellent project. And I think you have taken a lot of care and put in a lot of effort to achieve the outcomes, which have really come out in a very positive way. All the best. Please carry on.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And has 19 wards under its jurisdiction, headed by the Honorable Mayor Sri Neil Bahadur Chetri, Honorable Deputy Mayor Sri Chiringpal Bhutia, and Municipal Commissioner Sri R.B. Chetri. So the e-trade license application, the topic of my presentation is e-trade license application, as you can see, under e-governance. I would like to explain the project briefly as possible. The e-trade license application has been functional in the year 2018, and the development and upgradation of which is still under process till date. So it is implemented back in 2018, but we have been upgrading the system time and again. So still it is under development. Currently, the e-trade license application database has around 12,000 numbers of applicants. So 12,000 people has been issued trade licenses with the help of this application, and it is still continuing to grow. So as you can see, the licenses issued, number of licenses issued are almost 12,000. And to go ahead with the presentation, so the screen that you can see on the left side, the screenshot that you can see on the left side of the screen is until 31st March 2018. So back in 2018, this was the dashboard that was being used, and it was a client-server networked application. So the details were entered from a computer and stored in the server, and basically it was a standalone system. So what we've done is, from April 1st, 2018, we've implemented a cloud application. The e-trade license application is based on cloud system. So all the components are web-based. So moving ahead. So what was the problem with the old system then? So actually the old system, the process of the old system was, there was an application form that was obtained by the applicant for ₹100, and the documentation that was required for obtaining a trade license had to be submitted, and the office had to create a physical file for movement of the documentation for approval of the trade license. And once if every documentation is found proper, then the applicant details were entered in the software back in 2018. So, and then the hand challan of license fees were generated manually. So after that, the challan details were entered in the standalone system and the license was printed. So the license was printed, and then the photograph and signature of applicant has to be pasted manually. So the license details were entered in the register, and the format of the license was put up to the issuing authority, and the signature had to be obtained physically. So then a copy of trade license was issued to the applicant. So in this case, what also happened is, if in case of loss of trade license or any misplace, if you're misplacing the trade license, then the duplicate copy is issued only after obtaining FIR from the police department and so on. And there were certain amount of fees that had to be charged for obtaining a duplicate license. So this was the basic process that was followed back in 2018 from 2010. So for the past 8 years, the process of obtaining a trade license was this. So what happened after 1st April 2018, that we made a web-based application called e-trade license application. And the difference that it brought in the entire process of obtaining and renewing the trade licenses is, I'd like to show you further. So one of the major challenges that we threw it was skipping the queue and renewing and obtaining the trade license from home. So back in 2018, there was, during the period of renewal and obtaining new licenses, there was a huge number of queue in the office. So people had to come to the office and then spend their entire day, entire week for obtaining a trade license. So there were lots of glitches in the documentations, and the transparency was very minimum because the physical approval had to be done. So the main thing that we have excluded is skip the queue gathering of people. And the other thing is, the entire process has now become cashless. So there used to be a lot of cash flow back in 2018. So what we have done is we have removed the entire movement of liquid cash and made it cashless. So now for renewing your licenses or for the public, we have made it online. So the transaction can be made online. So there is a cashless transaction involved now. So after that, you can see the entire process of renewing the trade license and obtaining the trade license has become very simple. So it has all been online. So the applicant can log into the e-trade license portal and apply for their licenses or renew their licenses online from home. So what is the benefit of the e-trade license application that is in place right now? All the notifications or messages that has to be sent to the consumer is sent through email. So if a license is approved, if the license is renewed, then through email, the notification is sent. And the migration of old database and lots of data validation has been done. So the quality of data that is currently in the database is totally validated and transparent. A dynamic reporting system, we have created a mechanism where there is a dynamic reporting system. So any kind of report that is required by the municipality or by the government is just a click away. The old system had no mechanism in place for reporting. So another thing is there is an exponential, as you can see, there is an exponential raise and consistency in revenue generation. So that has been the main impact, because since our municipality is a self-sustaining body, so the consistency in revenue generation is very important. So the e-trade license has helped a lot in maintaining the consistency of revenue generation every financial year. So of course, as I told earlier, there is no standing in queues for hours and daily basis. And the future prospect that we have thought in this application is we want to implement a auto chat and live chat systems wherein citizen can interact directly with our staffs if there is any queries regarding the licenses. So proper records and data management of individual applicants, we have done that. So now all the data that are there in the database is transparent and it is available, readily available. And it is, most importantly, it is accessible 24/7 from anywhere in the world. So now people don't have to come to the office and stand up and line up in queues to renew their licenses or obtain a new license. So basically the transparency level has increased in a very large margin. So moving ahead. So this is the consumer end login. So the consumer can log in through this page, through this portal, and then renew or obtain their new licenses. And this is the page that is used in the official end. So the officers in GMC, whoever is looking after the trade license, will be logging through this portal. In continuation to this, I would like to give you a small demo, a live demo on how the application runs and how the workflow is. So for this, I've taken permission from my respected municipal commissioner, sir, to log into his account so that I can show you. So this is the link for the consumer end. Just a second, sir. So this is a login of a client. If you can see, I'm entering the login details of the applicant.
You are copied it wrongly.
So this is how the dashboard of the applicant looks like. So if you can see in the dashboard, there are two numbers of licenses issued for this applicant, out of which one is the renewal of which is pending. So as you can see, there are tabs at the left hand side wherein you can track your application if you're applying for a new one. This is the tab where all the issued licenses for this particular applicant will be shown. So as you can see, this is the entire details of the applicant. You can have a look. This person has not renewed his license. So what you can do is you can click on renew license.
Shortage of time, I think we can cut down the live demonstration.
So basically, this is the basic layout.
We would like to appreciate, like to have some feedback from the end users as to what they say about the whole thing.
So moving ahead, the future prospects in this project is there are additional functions like chatbot for question and answers, live chat and SMS facilities to be added, upgraded reporting system with use of data analytics for prompt and appropriate decision making. So this is what we intend to do in near future. And implementation of the e-trade license application in all 6 districts of Sikkim. There are 7 ULBs in the state. So we want this application to be replicated in other ULBs also. And we would also we're also intending on developing an Android application for the entire web application. So lastly, sir, the online revenue collection of trade licenses since 2018, since the time that we went online, it has exponentially increased. Before, when it was a manual process, at around 2 crores of rupees annually were collected from trade licenses. But once we have made the system online, we have exponentially raised the revenue generation annually. As you can see, 2018-19, we had generated around 3.5 crores of revenue. And then 19-20, we hit around 4 crores. And during 2021, also during the COVID time, since it was online, so it was very feasible for the public to renew their licenses, but we came down to 3.6 crores during 2020-21. And 21-22, after the COVID, we increased our revenue to 4.2. After that, last financial year, we raised the bar to 5.14 crores this year, sir. So there is an exponential raise in revenue generation because of this system, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the good presentation. So how long is this application working?
So since 2018, it's been online, sir.
Good, excellent. Who is the cloud provider?
So we've been collaborated with National Informatics Center Sikkim unit, sir.
Sure.
That's good.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Presentation on we would like to give a brief presentation about the agriculture sector and all the other details. So let us go directly to the presentation.
Municipality agriculture sector had given much importance in the lives of people.
Tirurangadi municipality is the place where agriculture sector had many such importance in lives of people. Along with them, Tirurangadi municipal administration gives many good projects, also central and state government schemes for the betterment of agriculture. Tirurangadi municipality is around 17.73 square kilometer with a population of around 56,562 as per 2011 census. Main crop cultivated is paddy. Among 500 hectare of cultivation area, almost 300 hectare is now under cultivation. From last 3 years, farmers took over around 50 hectares of fallow land for paddy cultivation.
Fallow-free Tirurangadi field trip under the leadership of the municipal governing body.
This is a record in the history of Tirurangadi in district level. A 3-day long field trip was conducted in last February under the leadership of municipal governing body as part of Fallow-free Tirurangadi. Field solutions were made directly to identify the problems of farmers, and then 11,970 kg of seeds were given to farmers as part of annual plant scheme, and these seeds were planted by the farmers. A subsidy of 2,000 kg seeds is also being provided, and seeds have been distributed to those whose crops have been destroyed during the monsoon.
Municipality paid the extra cost.
Municipality paid the extra cost of using chain tractors for farmers whose crops were damaged by the unexpected rain in last May.
Temporary dams.
It was a relief that the municipal board constructed temporary dams in employment guarantee program for irrigation of agriculture. Ayangali Employment Assurance Scheme aimed 100 of people who works in agriculture cultivated ginger, tapioca, turmeric, marigold, tuber and vegetables.
Farms in schools.
School children were also being a part of cultivation. Tirurangadi Municipal Administration Board and farmers visited the field under the leadership of Municipality Chairman K.P. Mohammad Kutti to give strength to the agriculture progress.
Annual plan was given for the advancement of agriculture.
Chairman pointed the priority program in the annual plan was given to the advancement of agriculture. Apart from paddy cultivation, vegetable cultivation and banana cultivation are being financed. Grow bag vegetable cultivation, distribution of banana seedlings, arecanut seedlings, fruit plant distribution were also took place in the municipality, and the farmers are cultivating the fields that can overcome the climate change crisis. Municipality tried to meet the various demands of farmers, such as canal was cleaned during last year, also given the tender canal cleaning, sanctioned the Amrit project for upgrading the public ponds and approved the 17 crore rupees watershed master plan.
Provided goats and cows.
In the annual scheme, the municipal government provided goats and cows to the deserving dairy farmers in the agriculture sector with the help of subsidy, which also helped in increasing the income of farmers.
Maximum number of farmers participants in crop insurance of the central government.
Besides, maximum number of farmers have been made participate in crop insurance of central government.
Flowers from their own land for the Onam celebration.
In the same way, in the Ayangali Job Guarantee Project, by cultivating an acre of land in Shulipara, lot of jasmine, multiflorum and marigold flowers were produced, and the Malayalis were able to pick flowers from their own land for Onam celebration.
Various pump houses to provide water to the farmers for irrigation. Municipality built various pump houses to provide water to the farmers for irrigation. The construction of the pump house brought relief to the farmers to a great extent. Venchali pump house is a major pump house. Lot of farmers seeks for water here. The KCB charges for the pump house are borne by the municipality. The pump houses built by the municipality helped the farmers to carry on agriculture. Councillors and staff joined cultivation. The municipal councillors and staff of the municipality successfully implemented 1 acre paddy cultivation at Kannadi Tadam field. Vegetable garden was built in the houses. As part of agriculture promotion in the municipality, vegetable garden was built in the houses. A lot of vegetables were produced through it. This helped householders to involve in vegetable production. Besides, they produced organic vegetables for daily lives. Vegetable garden has been successfully implemented by the municipality as part of the Ayangali employment project. Bakikayam Big Regulator Project. Bakikayam Big Regulator Project under the expense 20 crore permitted by the state government made helpful to the farmers and householders for cultivation and drinking water. This project helps to store water in the wells and also for pumping, which is more useful to people. Besides, Kallakayam water project under the expense 10 crore is also going to be commissioned.
Very good morning, all. We are making revolutionary changes in the health sector in the Tirurangadi municipality. Tirurangadi Taluku Hospital is the main of health department of the people of the Tirurangadi area. Tirurangadi municipal has created a revolution in the field of health. Taluku government hospital has risen to the state level. Very good morning, all. We are making revolutionary changes in the health sector in the Tirurangadi municipality. Tirurangadi Taluku Hospital is the main of health department of the people of the Tirurangadi area. Tirurangadi municipal has created a revolution in the field of health. Taluku government hospital has risen to the state level Taluku government hospital. Bejad Kaya Kalpam award at state level got second position. Achieved mother and baby friendly hospital initiative accreditation with a 99.5% score and is the highest in Kerala, especially serving the coast population 24-hour MCH service with emergency LSCS, NICU, PICU and core duty anesthetists and neonatologist. Now it is selected by Health Ministry for NQS accreditation and labor room selected for lecture accreditations. As well as also large-scale prevention activities were carried out during the COVID time. We are arranging special vaccination camp and sanitation test camps have been organized as part of COVID prevention. As well as dialysis unit helped relief and among people palliative special wards, well-equipped pharmacy treatment of patient at the time, a computerized token system and separate hall have been created the hospital. When more than 1,500 patients seeks per day, blood bank storage, advanced lab facility and well-equipped pharmacy are noteworthy. We are making a new sewage treatment plant. STP plant is being constructed at the cost of 1.5 crore rupees with the help of NHM and municipality and a joint projected for the hospital user. We are making MCF building for waste disposal. Tumbur Mari plant has been constructed. Haridhakarma Sena collected waste from 39 divisions from municipality. Sanitation projects were approved by the district sanitation commissions, health camps, awareness programs, and ward sanitation activities are ongoing the waste management. In this way, in the health sector, high-end sector, and waste disposal sector, innovative methods are being adopted in accordance with the norms of government of state and central governments. Okay, thank you.
Sir, we had given nomination for 2 sectors, that is one agriculture and then health. That's why 2 presentation.
Do you remember, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any specific question from my side. Thank you.
No, it's a good initiative, especially on the health services. I think this should be kept up and sustained. The sustenance of this is extremely important.